Okay, good afternoon everyone. The first question for Kyle, please.
Kyle, welcome back. Got Munar first round. What do you make of that draw and how are you generally feeling heading into that?
Yeah, very good competitor. I've practiced with him once last year, so plays with a lot of emotion, like always fighting, always trying to get up for it. So expect that he won't go away. And yeah, for me it'd be obviously nice to be back here playing. Exciting match to be on centre again. Yeah, very nice surprise when I saw that. So always exciting to be back at Wimbledon and playing on centre court.
How important was the run you had in Eastbourne, and how much has that sort of boosted you coming here?
It's nice to get that run. I mean, 3 matches inside a week's not something I've had for a while, so good to get that. Come through some pressure situations, learn from my loss. It just helped me a lot with being on court, tennis-wise, with my confidence, obviously physically, getting some good hours in the body on the match court or on the practice court. So just good positives from that. And either way, even if you didn't have that or you did have that, you still try and come into Wimbledon confident by getting the hours on the practice court. But it was nice that I was able to do it on the on the match court. And I think the fact I sort of finished Friday and I'm playing Monday compared to Tuesday, it's nice to just sort of keep it going with the momentum, not having too much of a delay.
What are your memories of the match on centre court against Novak? And is that sort of inspiring, or it's something you remember with some warmth, even though it didn't go your way in the end because of the atmosphere and that?
Yeah, it's probably my best match I've played at Wimbledon, to be honest, in terms of level. It was I had a good grass court season last year, and that was obviously the end of it, but I was playing well on the grass, had lots of hours and a few matches, so had a really good first set. Probably just dropped slightly in terms of consistency in the second, third and fourth, but I ended up playing the winner, so he was playing very well. It was a good match. I mean, the best sort of atmosphere and match I've been involved in at Wimbledon for sure, on centre court as well, so it was really nice, a good one to remember. It's my 3rd match on there, so I think every time you go on centre court or court one, you get the feel of it, and it's always in the bank. For next time you go on it, you have some memories there and how you played on there for the next time.
Oh, is it sort of nice that with Paul Jubb here, I mean, people wouldn't necessarily associate Hull as a hotbed of British tennis. But I mean, is it just coincidence? Do you think that there are 2 of the British men in the main draw from very much similar part of the world, or is there particularly good coaching there, or is it just total coincidence?
But yeah, I don't really know. I mean, maybe coincidence, but I certainly know, like when I was young, we had a really good setup. Just because as I'm older now, I sort of have more of a feel what's a good setup and what isn't. And looking back, was a really good setup what I had when Richard Plews was there, and he had basically his own tennis program with lots of kids like myself there. So
Is that at Nuffield? Sorry.
no, that was at David Lloyd at that time, but that was the best program there. And then obviously when he left, a lot of stuff moved over to was then Cannons, now it's Nuffield. So yeah, I mean, I know obviously everyone there. One of my mates used to coach Jubby, so I'm not really sure. I mean, it's probably just good coaching in terms of managing or looking after the players well, but also like Jubby himself, personally, striving through and improving himself and wanting to improve and making that move to America, where I think because of the situation, he's very much independent on his own. He's got to bat for himself, look after himself, and grow as a human being in life. And he's done amazingly to be out there on his own and improve. I think that's what happened to me as well. Like, there's always good coaching, but it has to come from you to want to improve. So yeah, obviously I'm happy where I'm at in terms of playing on the tour, but Jubby, it's great credit to him that he finds himself in this situation right now.
Carl, Andy Murray always admitted that he used to get mouth ulcers coming into Wimbledon. When you see the reality of a tea time centre court draw and know that the nation's going to be watching you, hoping for you, do you feel any extra pressure?
I just got to go there and do my best, basically. So I've answered this question quite a few times the last few weeks. So I'll do my best. If I come unstuck, people have opinions about it, I move on. The good thing about tennis schedules, so many opportunities around the corner. You play week after week. If you win, it's great. Another chance to play at Wimbledon. Selfishly, I want to obviously do well. I have goals of my own that you always want to do well at Wimbledon. It's the biggest tournament in the world, so I'll do my best. But yeah, I mean, if you go on court tense and feeling pressure to win, then I don't think it's a great recipe to relax into your game and play freely.
But sorry, on the flip side, I know you've answered it academically in the weeks but now you're actually here. Does it inspire you more? Does it go work the other way?
Yeah, I don't know. That was my answer. That was. I'm here now. Like, I'm ready to play. Yeah, I'm just ready to play. Basically, I don't know. You don't. I suppose when you write and you have thousands of people reading your work and what you write, I don't think you think that at the time. There's thousands of people reading every word that I write. You just write on what you know and what you've practiced so much, and I think that's how tennis goes, is what you've practiced. You go out there and try your best to do your best piece of work that you have at the time.
Paul Jubb, what advice do you give him growing up, and what was the first memories you had of him playing for the system?
I mean, I've not had like loads of contact with him. I didn't speak to him when he was in America, so I'm not going to say like like I've helped him in any way. It's all been, it's him and his responsibility, and his success he's had is all on him. So I haven't had much to do with him. I got to hit with him today. Is nice. It's also like, I guess I was in his position at one point, being sort of a younger guy having a wild card, and these experiences are new. So everything's new. You're taking in. It's the first time for a lot of things. So I think back to that and how I felt, and maybe he's feeling similar things, or maybe he's looking at it differently. But yeah, when you got the award of the wild card, I sent him a message saying, well done, and amazing opportunity, and as best you can try and enjoy these 2 weeks, because it's probably the best 2 weeks you can have as a professional tennis player.
Kyle, has Andy's return here, albeit in the doubles, reduced, so far as you can tell, any of the attention on you? And if so, is it a relief?
I wouldn't say. Well, I don't know about the attention. I wouldn't say I've had any less obligations to do. Like, I still got to do my own stuff, and I guess same things or amount of things are written about me. But I don't know. It's good, regardless of looking at the attention. Just having him back is obviously great. I think from the public point of view, he's been the best British player ever. So everyone wants to have him back. They want to see him playing. The fact that he's on court now playing, I'm sure brings a lot of smiles to people's faces. So I know, in terms of as an athlete, it's horrible to be injured and just not able to play. And touch wood, I've not been out as long as he has, in terms of maybe 2 years now on and off, but he's probably just excited to be back and happy he's on court. And I think that's the best thing for it right now, is it's just enjoying playing tennis rather than looking at it so stressfully that I've got to win, or if I lose this happens. But from my point of view, it's just good to have him back, rather than, I haven't really looked at it, well, it's less pressure on me or attention or anything like that.
In terms of your own fitness, Kyle, how's your knee pulled up after Eastbourne?
Yeah, it was good. I was happy with it after playing 3 matches. 2 of them decent length matches, one of them a little bit quicker. But yeah, I was happy with it, how it felt, but also performance-wise, it was pretty good. Probably maybe in America I had good matches, but probably the best sort of 3 consecutive matches I've had in a while.
When you played against Evo in Eastbourne, he seemed, I was watching on telly, I wasn't there, but he seemed to find the kind of level of fire there. I just wondered if that was kind of generated by the fact that you've known him for so long and kind of there'd been a sort of bit of a British rivalry there?
No, I mean, I've been pumped up before in matches. I found myself a set down, not in it, so needed to get in it emotionally and invest myself into it, try and get fired up a bit. But yeah, I mean, when I played Fritz, I was trying to get into it as well. So yeah, it was, I mean, a great win in terms of Evo on grass, won a lot of matches, so very confident player at this present time, so it was a good win for me. But yeah, just I was set 6-1 down very quick, so I needed to make something happen quite quickly in order to turn it around.
Last question.
Just going back to your first answer, can I just ask why you were surprised you were on centre court? I mean, you're British #1. Does that stem from kind of lack of confidence?
Did I say I was surprised? Or?
Yeah, you said that was a nice surprise to see you on centre court.
Yeah, well, just playing on centre.
So you weren't like.
I think if you
surprised
ask
that
Rafa or someone like that every time they play on centre, I don't think it gets taken for granted. I think it's a great honour. Or not just sing out Rafa, but even if players you expect to be on centre, I think a lot of people in tennis have a huge respect for a tournament like Wimbledon. So when you get to play on centre court, it's a great buzz. Especially when you have the feeling of knowing what it feels like to go on it. So it's great to see your name on the order of play. Or surprise, yeah.
I think that was it for questions, unless there's one more. Well done. Thank you very
Thank you.
much.